I bet all of you have some old laptop chargers lying around somewhere collecting dust that don't connect to any modern devices, and you have no idea how to do with it. What if I told you you can make it useful again? For most modern USB-C devices with just a handful of components. That's right. Today, we are going to turn one of Lenovo's proprietary chargers into a USB Type-C PD charger, which you can then use with almost any modern device. Now, this might not be the case with you, but this particular charger actually doesn't work. So to begin with, we needed to check where is it broken. If you'd like to get to the meat and potato of this mod, then click on the timestamp on the screen. First, we gotta test the charging pin. And as expected, this one is non-operational. Now, I have a tendency to call in airstrikes on mosquitoes, and so my first instinct was to break it open and test the circuit. But as you can see, it's absolutely fine on the inside. So the problem is somewhere downstream, perhaps the connector. Let's see if the wires inside are carrying power. And if you're scared of cutting off power cables, please don't be afraid of this low voltage DC side of things. It's completely galvanically isolated, even at the board level. We just gotta be careful not to touch the dangerous side. Now, as we can see, the wires are absolutely fine and carrying the same voltage. So our problem was with the connector, which we needed to cut off anyway for this mod. Now, for the next step, you need a special module called PD65W. It costs roughly $2 and you can buy it from any of your favorite electronics or e-commerce sites. Now that we have what we need for the mod, let's prep them first. I needed to further strip the wire to adjust it for the connection, and then I lightly trim the wires to make them easy to solder on the module. Once you're ready, put the wires through the connection holes. Goes without saying, but please make sure to check the polarity. The board should have the plus and minus sign to indicate which wire goes where. Luckily, I have 3 hands to hold the iron, the solder and the board, but most of you may not be so lucky, and you may want to get a 3rd hand off of Amazon. Secure the solder joints, and that's the hardest part of the job done and dusted. Now let's connect it to some USB power delivery supported devices and see how it works. This USB PD tester module will give us all the details we need. It gives proper PD output to all the supporting devices. And it can fast charge most modern smartphones. But if the device doesn't talk USB PD, then it falls back to regular 5V mode as supported by all USB devices. Now let's put this potential fire hazard back together before anything happens. Which you may not even need to, but unlike me, you are a smart person and don't open up the power brick before testing the wires first. But what you do need at least is a heat shrink tube, which you have definitely remembered to cut up and slide into the wire before soldering it. Just cover the module with it and heat it up to shrink it as the name suggests. And there you have it. An old laptop charger that was collecting dust, you have given it a second life. Now, even though you kept it simple,
there's a lot of potential for aggressive expansion.
Like, you can put the PD module within the charger enclosure itself to make it more portable and avoid cable clutter. Or 3D print an enclosure for the module instead of adding heat shrink wrap, if you happen to already have a 3D printer. But the intention in this video isn't to make a masterpiece that only a few can approach. Rather, to do something that's in everyone's reach, and to inspire the dormant maker in you to actually make something happen. Something that you can use in your everyday life. Even with all the struggles and imperfections, it's your creation. It has a function, a purpose, a second life because of you. If you have enjoyed this video or found it useful, please like and subscribe and share it with a friend who you think would find this interesting. We also share behind the scenes and updates on our social media profiles. Please give it a follow. Thanks for your support and encouragement. Break it till you make it.